let me ask you a question that might feel a little personal. Have you ever been in a situation where you are listening to someone speak English? Or perhaps you are watching a movie without subtitles and you understand almost everything? You nod your head, you get the jokes, you follow the story perfectly. But then the moment comes for you to respond. You open your mouth and suddenly your mind goes completely blank. The words are locked inside your head, but they refuse to come out. You freeze. It is a frustrating feeling, isn't it? It feels like there is a wall between your brain and your mouth. If you have felt this, I want you to know you are not broken and you are certainly not alone. Today, we are going to break down that wall. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are tackling the biggest mystery in language learning. Why can I understand English, but I can't speak it? There is actually a very logical reason for this. When you are listening or reading, you are passive. You are sitting back and your brain is just receiving information. You don't have to work very hard. You just have to recognize the meaning. But speaking is active. It is like a sport. You have to find the vocabulary, organize the grammar, use the correct pronunciation, and do it all in real time, instantly. Most students spend years doing passive activities, watching videos, reading textbooks, but they spend almost zero time doing the active work. It's like reading a book about swimming and then being surprised that you sink when you jump into the pool. You have to get in the water. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 6 powerful, practical steps that will take you from a passive listener to an active, confident speaker. We're going to change the way you practice, starting right now. Tip number 1, the perfectionism trap. Let's start with the first mental block, and this is a big one. You need to stop waiting for your grammar to be perfect. I see this with so many students. They have this idea in their head that says, I will start speaking when I have memorized all the rules, or I will speak when I am sure I won't make a mistake. Let me tell you the truth. If you wait until your grammar is perfect, you will be waiting forever. You will never speak. Think about a small child learning their first language. When a toddler wants juice, do they say, "Mother, may I please have a glass of apple juice?" No, they say, "Me want juice," or "No, like that." Now, is that perfect grammar? Absolutely not. But did you understand them? Yes, the communication was successful, and that is the goal of language. Over time, the child listens, mimics, and corrects themselves, and their grammar gets better naturally, but they didn't wait to speak. You have to adopt this mindset. Making mistakes is not a sign of failure. It is actually proof that you are trying. It is proof that you are using the language in the real world. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes when they're speaking fast. I want you to remember this phrase: fluent with mistakes is better than silent with grammar. Start speaking with the grammar you have right now. Use simple words. Use short sentences. Focus on the message, not the mechanics. Your grammar will get polished over time, but you have to build the engine before you can paint the car. Tip number 2, the power of chunks. Now, let's move on to the second tip, and this one will completely change how you study. You need to stop learning individual words and start learning chunks. Traditional schooling often fails us here. We are given lists of vocabulary words to memorize. Word, definition, word, definition. But when you speak, if you are trying to piece together individual words like Lego bricks, you will always be slow and robotic. Real English speakers don't speak in words, they speak in phrases. They speak in chunks. A chunk is a group of words that naturally go together. If you learn these blocks of language, you don't have to think about the grammar or the word order. It's already pre-built in your mind. Let me give you some examples. You probably know the word busy, but instead of just knowing that one word, you should learn the chunks native speakers use. Instead of just "I am busy," you might learn "I'm a bit tied up right now," or "I've got a lot on my plate," or simply "I'm swamped." If someone asks you a question, don't just learn yes or no, learn the chunks. That sounds great. I'm not sure about that. Let me get back to you. When you use chunks, two amazing things happen. First, you sound much more natural. You sound like a real person, not a textbook. And second, your brain doesn't have to work very hard. You aren't building a sentence from scratch. You are just pulling a pre-made block off the shelf and using it. So, how do you do this? When you are watching Netflix or listening to a podcast, don't just let the words wash over you. Be a detective. Listen for those phrases that appear again and again. Write them down. Say them out loud. Ask yourself, can I use this phrase in my next conversation? If the answer is yes, that chunk belongs to you now.
Moving on to tip number 3. This addresses the number one excuse I hear from students. They say, but I have nobody to talk to. I don't live in America or the UK. I don't have native speaker friends. I understand that difficulty, but here is the good news. You do not need a partner to practice speaking. You don't need a teacher, and you don't need a plane ticket. You just need yourself. Speaking to yourself is one of the most effective ways to build fluency because there is zero pressure. No one is judging you. No one is waiting for you to finish your sentence. You can do this anywhere. You can do it in the shower, while you're driving, or while you're cooking dinner. But what do you say? Simply narrate your life. Act like a sports commentator for your own day. Okay, I am making coffee now. I need to find a spoon. The water is boiling. It smells delicious. Or talk about your feelings and plans. I feel really tired today. I didn't sleep well last night. I hope I can finish my work early so I can go for a walk. This might feel silly at first. You might feel a little crazy talking to yourself in an empty room, but this is the secret to how to speak English fluently. By doing this, you are connecting your thoughts directly to your mouth. You are training your brain to retrieve English words instantly without translating them from your native language first. If you do this every day, even for 5 minutes, you will find that when you actually do speak to a real person, the words will flow much easier because you have already practiced them 100 times in private. Tip number 4 is for those of you who love technology. We are living in an incredible time for language learners because of AI, artificial intelligence. Tools like ChatGPT, Pi, or Microsoft Copilot are essentially free 24/7 conversation partners. The problem with real conversation partners is that they get tired, or you might feel embarrassed to make mistakes in front of them. An AI never gets tired, and it never judges you. It is a safe space. You can download the ChatGPT app on your phone and use the voice feature. You can literally speak to it, and it will speak back. You can set up specific scenarios. You can say to the AI, "Hey, I want to practice ordering food at a restaurant. You be the waiter, and I will be the customer. Let's start." Or you can say, "I want to have a casual chat about movies. Please ask me simple questions." You can even ask for corrections. After you speak, you can say, "Did I make any grammar mistakes? How could I say that more naturally?" This is a game changer. It bridges the gap between speaking to yourself and speaking to a real human. It allows you to simulate real-life pressure, but in a controlled, safe environment. Now, let's get into a specific exercise. This is called the 4-3-2 technique, and it is designed to improve your fluency and speed. Here's how it works. You are going to pick a topic. It could be a story about what happened to you yesterday, a summary of a movie you watched, or your opinion on a news topic. Step 1, you are going to speak about this topic for 4 minutes. Record yourself. Take your time. Include every detail. Use descriptive words. It's okay if you pause to think. Just keep going for 4 minutes. Step 2, take a short break. Now you're going to give the exact same speech, telling the exact same story, but you only have 3 minutes. This means you have to be a little bit faster. You have to cut out the ums and ahs. You have to organize your thoughts better because you have less time. Step 3, you guessed it, you are going to tell the story one last time, but now you only have 2 minutes. By this third time, something amazing happens. You already know the vocabulary because you've used it twice. You already know the sentence structure. So during this 2-minute round, you will sound incredibly fluent. You won't be translating in your head. You will be speaking smoothly and quickly. This exercise forces your brain to process English faster. It helps you stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. If you record the 4-minute version and the 2-minute version and listen to them back, you will be shocked at how much better you sound in the final round. Finally, tip number 6. This is about flexibility. Sometimes we get stuck saying the same sentence the same way every time. We need to train our brains to be flexible. Take one simple sentence. Let's use, I went to the store. Now, I want you to manipulate that sentence in as many ways as possible. Add detail. I went to the grocery store yesterday to buy some milk and bread. Change the tense. I'm going to the store. I have just been to the store. I had already gone to the store. Change the person. My sister went to the store. Nobody went to the store. Change the emotion or context. I had to go to the store again and I was so annoyed. Or, guess what? I went to the store and saw my favorite actor. By taking one simple brick and turning it into a castle, you are teaching your brain that English is flexible. You are learning how to adapt your grammar to fit the situation without having to memorize a boring textbook table. So, there you have it, 6 practical steps to take you from understanding to speaking. Don't let perfectionism silence you. Learn chunks and phrases, not just isolated words. Narrate your day and speak to yourself constantly. Use AI as your private practice partner. Use the 4-3-2 technique to build speed. Practice manipulating simple sentences to gain flexibility. Remember, understanding English is a great achievement, but speaking it is where the real connection happens. It takes practice, it takes courage, and yes, it takes making a lot of mistakes, but every mistake is a step forward. I hope you found these tips helpful and that you are ready to start talking. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep lighting up your language journey, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, English Glow. I'll see you in the next video.